Hey Capricorn, it's Empress Rose here. Welcome to your reading. These are general readings, so we take what works, we leave what doesn't, as with everything in life. And if I don't catch your particular storyline or wavelength on this reading, feel free to check your other major placements, your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in total. That's what's considered your major placements. So I'm very excited to introduce two new decks. I got very excited about them and had to use them right away. So we'll see how this goes. Botanical Inspirations is our first one. It's based on Victorian ideas on flowers and what they meant and all of that. So I think there was a Midsummer Murder episode in which this was a key component to solving a murder. It was the Victorian definitions of flowers or ideas on flowers. So we're going to see what kind of energies we might be dealing with in this reading. Morning Glory, affection and determination. It's also called bindweed, so it could be like a little too much affection. There's a weed in this area. That's a morning glory weed. It's related. And it basically chokes out everything. So there might be too much affection, but let's read what this says. Affection and determination. Oh, I love Alan Watts. The morning glory, which blooms for a day, differs not at heart from the giant pine that lives for 1,000 years. That's interesting. Okay, so it could be a fleeting affection, but with morning glory, I was thinking maybe obsession. Affection and determination. Well, let's see where we go here. All right, Capricorn. Oh, we're moving on to the Golden Tarot, which is Renaissance and medieval art collages. So I like it quite a bit, All right, Capricorn. Here's your past, your present, your inner landscape. What's at issue? Your environment, your to-do list, and your possible outcome. That's funny. Sagittarius just got this in their present situation. What is flying on the floor here? King of Swords flew on the floor. All right, in your recent past, you have Four of Coins. So Four of Coins can be a little bit too obsessed with money. It could be learning about something, learning about work, learning about... That's the best reading of this card. An alternative reading this particular deck suggests is putting money and the making of money above all else, kind of binding yourself to work. Maybe not money per se, but to work. And making that the most important thing so that you forsake relationships, friendships, and other things. Just being very focused. So that focus can be a little myopic and a little destructive, self-destructive. To be focusing too much on your work and on your money at the expense of other things. But there's always a time to focus on that. And especially if you're just in the learning stages and you need to learn a lot, you need to get up to speed. Four is a lot about commitment to a process, commitment to the coins. So there was a commitment to work and commitment that kind of maybe possibly by necessity took you out of a friend group, or had you forsaking all others for this very committed, obsessive, oh, we were talking about this bindweed, morning glory, obsessive determination. So determination can be really healthy, really good, absolutely necessary for most aspects of life, that we want, anything we want to go towards, anything we want to achieve, but can also turn into obsession very easily, in which we lose our balance in life and put our work above others, our money above others, and above relationships. Our entire society encourages that right now, putting the earning of money above people and relationships. So that's been going on in your past, but you may have, you started to reconsider that maybe work's not where it's at, maybe where relationships are super important, or maybe this isn't your path. Maybe this work thing that you were so into and so obsessed with wasn't actually your path, because in your present situation, you have the Hermit card. So we're all in a little bit of a hermit mode. This has been, what's really funny is in my other deck, this card hadn't come up for a while, and now it's shown up multiple times in just the few readings I've done with it since it arrived in the mail 2 days ago, and I got very obsessed and excited with it. So the Hermit card, this is St. Francis of Assisi. So part of this Hermit card is following our own paths. We don't talk about St. Francis of Assisi because he did what he was supposed to do, and he blended in, and he had the same passions that everybody else had, and he had the focus that everybody else had. We talk about Francis of Assisi because he went way off in his own little thing. And that's one thing I got to give the Catholics. Like, their saints are people whose devotion to their path and to their understanding of what they were supposed to do here is so intense that I love that admiration and that elevation of that in the Catholic Church is the elevation of people who really found their own calling and went for it. Like St. Francis of Assisi, taking care of and talking to animals. Like, how do you get there? You follow your own damn heart, and you don't give a crap what anybody says about that idiot that sits out in the woods all day and thinks he can talk to animals. Yeah, that's your way to sainthood. That's the way to you being completely who you are, and so much so that the Catholic Church has to recognize you, and that this is your gift. That this was your gift, being so in touch with yourself and so in touch with your gift. So you're going from possibly one obsession to, but this is more of an internal look. Okay, I'm not sure this was my North Star, this work and this money here. I need to reconsider. So this isn't the manifestation of your lifetime journey. You haven't reached sainthood of having followed your own heart, the sainthood of having followed his own heart throughout life. You haven't reached that, but you're starting to explore it. This should really be a young St. Francis of Assisi as he's starting his journey and starting to understand. So you've taken a look within about who are you really? And so that's what, it's not that he was obsessed, it's that who was he really? So this is the obsession. So we don't need that. That's in your past. But who are you really? Like, what are your values? What is your path? Who are you really is sort of the question that you're asking. Who are you without these labels? Who are you without these expectations? Who are you without capitalism? Who are you without the need to make money above all else? What do you want? Who are you? What are you here to do? Those are questions that the Hermit asks. And he asks them alone because they're not really relevant to other people. So that's the energy you're in. Your hope here is Queen of Cups. I think you're hoping to figure out how you feel, what you want. It might be a little bit mysterious to you, but I think you're here to, what you want is, I mean, she's about to go journal here. Like, she needs to journal this out. Like, who is she? What does she want? So you're hoping to find out. You're hoping to have like a real emotional stability, an emotional connection with yourself. Maybe even hoping for love, hoping for a love connection. Hoping, I mean, the nature of this deck is we're going to be talking saints. Okay, and illuminations and halos. That's just the nature of medieval and Renaissance art. Those are the patrons were the church. The patrons were religious and had money. They played the game. They got the rewards, and then they rewarded the artists. So the art of the Middle Ages is going to be defined a lot by who paid them, which was the church and the people that were successful under that system. And of course, they're gonna honor the church and continue playing the game. So Queen of Cups here is love, a love offering, maybe wanting to write a letter of love, we see two lovebirds, lovey-dovey, in this basket here. So she's thinking about that. So you might be thinking about relating to someone. You might just be thinking about how you feel and what you want out of the relationship and what you bring to relationships and your role in relationships, because I see this as a very personal journey for this particular Queen of Cups. She's got love on the mind. but she only has one cup here, and she's really thinking about it and where she stands. And that's generally the spirit of the queens too, is that the queens are interested, and it's not bad at all. I mean, we have to be interested in ourselves, interested in what we think, and interested in what we feel, and in who we are, right? That's an absolute crucial part of being part of society and part of anything like this thing where people are together in cultures and societies. So she is very getting in touch with her feelings. So that could be what you want. It's to explore how you feel, what you think about love. And you could be thinking about love here. Maybe you're obsessing about love, because we do have this morning glory, affection, determination thing. And then we have, what's at issue here is this Two of Swords. So Two of Swords is very stubborn energy. But in the reverse, we could be losing our stubborn ways and coming out of it. So that could be the issue and what's going on here. I don't really see that as an issue, except for there can be some shame and embarrassment about how stubborn we've been in the past, how myopic, how focused on what we want, how much we've refused to listen. The intuition was small and quiet, and we did not listen to it, and we didn't want to see it. We were very focused on what we wanted, which is what I'm seeing here with this bindweed, and what I'm seeing here in this Four of Coins. We were very focused on something external to us that we wanted. Now we want to know how we feel, and we're going on more of an inner journey. And we're ending this, we're coming out of denial and coming out of stubbornness. So I really like that for you Capricorns, because I know you all are stubborn. So coming out of that stubbornness, that could create an issue with like regrets, frustrations, maybe some shame about how we've been, maybe some frustration about the opportunities we've missed while we've been blocked and had our possibilities all blocked. We weren't even looking at, these possibilities, these other possibilities for who we really are, the possibilities of what was in our heart. We were very focused on work, on what we wanted, on money, and very determined and focused, and it was blocking us. We were choosing to be blocked. But we're coming out of denial. We're opening up our eyes, understanding all the different ways there are to be here and all the different ways there are to feel. So that's what's at issue. I don't know if that's at issue. There could still be some stubbornness. That could be at issue. But what we could also be dealing with is just like, this is what's going on. This is what this thing is coming out of obsession and coming out of an over-determination and over-obsession. So in your environment, someone that you know could be coming in as this King of Swords. So again, gender doesn't matter. Same with this Queen of Cups that you have in your hopes and fears. King of Swords, this is somebody around you that's very clear in their communication, very determined. They tend to be very fair. They communicate and have a strong... I'm losing my light here, so I don't know what that is. What is that? Like a butterfly snail? Looks like a butterfly snail. So I don't know what that means. We do have some pomegranates here, so that's good. Maybe they're artichoke hearts. I don't know. There's a lot to be explored here still, which I will continue doing. But this King of Swords, this is someone who's very fair, because the Queen energy is who are you right now? What's your energy? What do you think? Kings are about the kingdom, are about what's good for everybody, and that's not any statement about gender, or it's probably more a statement about history than anything else. But the king does keep in mind what's true for everybody. Where's the truth lie? His truth, his harsh truth, is tempered with a lot of mercy, because he understands the whole picture. He's very determined. He's extremely focused. I mean, we have a lot about determination and focus here, but there's someone in your environment that is seeing through the bullshit on all sides, and is very focused. They're a very good communicator, very intellectual, very smart, clear communicator here, and very fair. They're not just focused on their own truth, which is an important thing to bring to every equation. But this person this could be a judge. This could be someone whose job it is to see all sides of the story and bring them together. This could also be just a person that you know. Because it is a court card, I'm thinking it's an actual person. So So this could be an actual person who's just coming in with some really great truth, some really great understanding, seeing both sides of the story, some mercy with their truth, but it's good for everybody. This person's very balanced, very smart person. Not all judges are. So if you're dealing with the justice system, that doesn't necessarily mean that your judge is going to be able to see everything, you know, because judges are just people too, and they all have their perspectives and their personal growth that they've engaged in or not engaged in as life is required or not required. So, oh my gosh, your job, your to-do list, Capricorn, how did we get here? So bring in a tower moment. Bring in the tower. This is overthrow. This is revolution in your life and the lives of people around you. Dethroning somebody, taking them out of the tower. The tower is on fire. The tower is falling apart. The angels are in anguish. You got to rock somebody's world here. You got to really shake something up. You bring that. This is your to-do list. Shake some shit up. Like upend some sort of system, some sort of hierarchy, some sort of situation in which, you know, this is how we do things. This is the way it's done. This is what's expected. This is how you do things. This is, you know, reveal your truth. If you have a truth that you're holding on to, journal it out and reveal it. You know what it is now. You know what your truth is. You know what you think. You've done the solo part of this journey, and it's time for you to bring it into the world and rock your world, make a big change, bring in a tower moment, reveal things, cause panic and mayhem. Your job this week, Capricorn, is to yell fire in a theater. I'm just kidding. But that's kind of what it looks like, right? Yell fire in the theater. That's your job, but not literally. I would never advocate that, but figuratively, the tarot is saying it's time to yell fire in the theater. Induce panic. Light a fire under somebody's ass about you better get going. This is all just change. You've got something you're sitting on something here that's going to change everything. And yeah, you've figured it out though. I mean, you've had this alone time. You've had this time figuring out, getting in touch with who you are and what you think. Hopefully you've journaled it out. You wanted to share something from your heart. You've been hoping to share something from your heart, but also afraid of sharing something with your heart. This is possibly why you're afraid, because you know it's going to shake shit up. You know it's an irreversible change that's going to turn everybody's world upside down. You know that. Your job is to bring that in whenever you're ready. Whenever you're ready. Maybe seek some advice from someone that's going to be able to give you some fair, good advice about, you know, how this is going to affect people, what's going to happen, what's the best way to go about this. Because if this is what your job is, you definitely need to be consulting with somebody that's very smart, a very good communicator, and can give you some pointers and tips on how to, some sharp tips on how to bring in this tower moment if that's what you're doing, and should you, and how to go about doing it in the best way for everybody involved. So so I like that, you know, this idea that maybe there's a King of Swords energy around you that you can access before you bring this in, because it's weighing heavily on your heart. And this tower moment that you have figured out that's what you need to do, is bring in this tower moment. Fascinating how this reading is like kind of knitting itself together into something more than what I saw at the beginning here. So you're opening up here. You're opening up, and you know, oh, this is why this is a problem, because it's going to rock people's world. It's really going to rock people's world. But you're done being stubborn. You're done being closed off. You're done shutting. You've got something on your heart that you've dealt with by yourself, alone, and you know it's going to rock people's world. This is why stopping being stubborn and stopping the blocking could be at issue, because once you stop that, you understand that this happens. This world people's worlds get rocked, and you need some advice before you do that. Possible outcome here is Wheel of Fortune. Your luck changes. Something changes. This wheel could be blocking some sort of fortune, some sort of good luck. If you're looking for emotional support, having not shared that, even though because you know it's going to rock people's worlds, you'll get that then once you do the world rocking, and once you bring in the Tower moment, you'll be able to receive the what you need here. So, but the Wheel of Fortune is about luck changing, luck turning, and it looks like it's related to this Tower moment. You've got to reveal something and rock people's worlds, but then that changes, you know, your fortunes and your luck. It looks like it makes it so that something that wants to come in, some sort of, you know, lucky thing, support, financial, emotional support can come in, but first you're going to have to like bring in the Tower moment. All right, Capricorn, I hope that reading was helpful for you. Thank you so much for your likes and your comments and subscribes. And I'd love to know what you guys think of these new cards. I'm enamored with them, so I'm just going to tell you that I love these cards. So if you want to talk shit about them, I'm probably not going to want to hear it. So anyway, so I guess what I'm saying is just tell me how beautiful these cards are. All right, I hope you have a wonderful week, Capricorn.